Right, we are live. We are live. What is good, y'all? What is going on? Shout out to Charles on the TikTok side. What is good? What's up, B? Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody on my YouTube side. What is going on? What is going on? Told you I was gonna start going live more. Jay Carter, what's going on? 595. What is good? What is good? Shout out to my man Deep. What's going on? What's going on? Get a few people up in here. Let's see. Shout out to Chris. What's good, Chris? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, it's a big day today. It's a big day. Well, yesterday, well, we signed Zack Martin to that 2-year deal, man. That is a blessing. That is definitely a blessing. He said, "Go Pats." I see y'all, man. I see y'all. Y'all got my guy. Y'all got my guy. Y'all got my guy. I'm definitely gonna talk about him. What's up, Raymond? Hey, shout out to you, bro. What's going on? What is going on? Shout out to my man Double Law. What it do, bro? What's good with you? Yeah, man, you already know we in here. He said we got Zeke. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. It's crazy that y'all got our guy, man. But hey, the thing is, man, we signed our guy, which is Zack Martin. This was huge. This was big because having Zack Martin, I mean, this is the start of getting to where we want to go. I mean, having a player like him, a guy that can just be able to take charge, he's the centerpiece of the on his offensive line. Just having him, I was going to go live yesterday, but hey, we're going live a lot more now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about is football time. But just having him, I mean, it just changes the game. It's going to be good for Tyler Smith. It's going to be good for Tyler Biotish. You got to get that right. The thing is with Jerry Jones, you can't get cute, man. You can't just say, oh, I'm not going to sign this player. I'm not going to sign this player. We got to understand that with Brian Schottenheimer, with Mike McCarthy, they need the chemistry. With that type of offense, with that type of scheme, the reach blocks, they have to be on the same page if we're trying to get to where we want to go. Hey, shout out to everybody, man. What's up, Hoodlum? What's good? What's good? What's good, Bruce? Hey, I might send a little link today. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to tap in here. Hopefully soon I'm going to be going live with Okoye soon. So I talked to him and stuff like that. So we're gonna link up. I think that could be Friday. And yeah, you already know, man. We working, we working. Shout out to you though, bro. He said they saw that preseason game and got Martin on the phone with the quickness. Hey, bro, facts, bro. Facts. But is it really going to have to come down to that though? Is it going to come down to you going to go see TJ Bass, who actually had a good game? He had a solid game, but seeing guys like Josh Ball going out there, I mean, he will get your quarterback tore up. So just having a guy like Zack Martin to help out a guy like Josh Ball, to be able to help out Tyler Smith and all the rest of those guys on the offensive line, it is so, so important. And just having a guy that is literally the best player on your team, 99 overall in Madden for those who play Madden, you know what I'm saying? But just having him is just going to be good for everybody else, man. And it's a positive ripple down effect, a positive domino effect on everybody on the offensive line, including Terrence Steele, man. So it's definitely going to be good. Hey, shout out to my man Hoodlum. What's good, bro? What's good, bro? What's going on, man? He in the building. He finally in here, man. You already know. What's good? What's good? All right, shout out to Sadiqa. What's up, Sadiqa? What's going on? She said that Anthony Brown, I think, getting signed by the Browns. Hey, that's good for him. That's good for him. I mean, you know, I didn't, yeah, because he hasn't even been on the team yet. So, I mean, you know how that goes. You know how that goes. But hopefully, I wish him nothing but the best. All right, shout out to my man Double R. He said this season has been 28 years in the making for the Cowboys to make it to the Super Bowl. Again, Jerry has the Cowboys on a 2-year deal for the Super Bowl. Hey, man, they got to do something. They got to do something, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we do have the talent, though. Like, they just got to go out there and just get it done. Getting that offensive line right is going to be extremely, extremely important. But yes, it starts off with Zack Martin. And hey, my man Hoodlum has been talking about it. He said, hey, if they don't get this done with Zack Martin, we're not going to get to where we want to go. So, bro, I felt that. Shout out to everybody on the TikTok side, too. What's good, y'all? What is going on? What is going on? Dallas Cowboys for life. He said, what's up, man? Wait a minute. I hope all is well with you and the fam. Thank you so much, Sav. I appreciate you. We good. We good. Just coming in here, tapping in and seeing what's good. So I'm gonna send a link. I'm gonna send a link if you guys want to tap in with me. You know what I'm saying? So probably go live for a little bit for the day. So you already know. All right. Let me see. My man said good for AB and Zeke. I wish them the best of luck. Yeah, let me get to my man Zeke real quick, man. Shout out to Zeke, man. Shout out to Zeke. I mean, hey, he's not on the Cowboys anymore, but I wish this guy the best of luck. I know they play us this season. Hey, we're gonna have to get after them boys. But other than that, got a lot of love for Zeke Elliott. I mean, he's had so much that has happened to him this past season. He's had so much success. I mean, coming with us in 2016. I mean, this dude was something else. But I mean, and I wish we could have saw him and Dak Prescott win a championship together. But sometimes that, it don't always happen that way. But I mean, hey, the dude is still good, I believe. I think he still got some juice left in the tank. So shout out to him. Shout out to Sadiqa. She said, I'm blessed, and I hope Micah is okay. Yeah, I heard about Micah Parsons getting hurt, man. You don't want situations like that to happen. That's why sometimes you got to keep those guys in the bubble wrap. You know what I mean? That's just what it is when it comes down to players that is that talented. You got to keep those guys in the bubble wrap. So hopefully our boys, Micah Parsons is good. All right. Shout out to you, Double R. He said, I'm glad Zeke got picked by someone else because his last play of his career won't be at the center. Good grief. Yeah, I know, right, bro? I know, but it'll be fine for him, though. I think he'll be good. He got his swagger back. You know what I mean? My man got his hair cut. You know what I'm saying? So you know how that goes. So you know what I mean? Hopefully he get his groove back. All right. Let's say you see it. You said who Zeke play for? Zeke playing for the Patriots. Yeah, he playing for the Patriots. So it's going to definitely be fireworks over there for those guys. But when they line up against us, we got to get them boys out the way. Hey, salute to you, Chip Gang. What's going on? Salute to you, brother. Let's see. He said I have the Cowboys winning the NFC East this season. Most definitely. They just got to go out there and prove it, bro. They got to prove it when the lights are bright, man. That's what it's all about. Hey, shout out to 808. What's good, 808? What's going on, man? What's good with you, bro? You already know we in here, man. All right, let's see. All right, so yeah, we got to Zack Martin. Just feel so good about that. It's so crazy because these running backs now, like I don't get so caught up into these guys, man. You can find guys in the second round, third round, fourth round. Dalvin Cook, he goes to the Jets, and I think it was like a year. It was a year and like $8 million or $9 million or something like that. But this shows, and I'm glad that he actually went to a team because a lot of people was thinking that we was going to pick him up too. The thing is, man, you can be able to find good running backs all throughout the draft. Look what Deuce Vaughn is doing. As you can see, Tony Pollard is a 4th round pick. Rico Dowdle, I don't even know if he was drafted or not. Malik Davis, late round picks. You can find talent all throughout the draft. That's my thing, man. So when people get so caught up with like guys like Jahmyr Gibbs, nah, don't worry about it. Go get the trenches right with Mozzie Smith. Now we can get a Deuce Vaughn in here, and now this guy's already flashing, and people's having questions like, "Hey, could he be that second running back?" So it's going to definitely be good, man, down the stretch. Hey, what's up, Regina? What's going on? What's good? I'm in the building. You already know. I had to tap in for the day. You already know, man. Just got off work, but you already know how that go. You already know, man. Always busy. So much love to you. My man said, "Facts, Double R. I'm still mad at Kellen for that." Everybody always mad at Kellen, bro. They always mad at Kellen all the time. All right, let me turn on a little something real quick, man. Hold on. Let's see. All right, let's see. He said Ferguson is going to go off this year. Hey, definitely got a lot of respect for Ferguson. It's crazy. My boy Rob has been pressing that issue. He was like, "Hey, he's going to come out there this year and get to work," and that's exactly what he's been doing. Hopefully, Schoonmaker can go out there and do his job as well, bro, because we're going to need all those guys, man. Like it. I mean, this is a game of mismatches, so you got to be able to go up against these guys. These defenses, I mean, they're coming in all sizes, 6'3", 6'4". So just having tight ends that's like 6'6", 6'5", and you're having 2 of them on the field at the same time, hey, man, that's when good things can definitely happen for you. Good things can definitely happen for you. All right, let's see. Shout out to my man. Okay, I got y'all. Okay, good. He said we made. Who signed Zeke? Oh, the Patriots. The Patriots signed Zeke. Yes, of course. I'm talking about the Cowboys. Ferguson is tight end number 1 for sure, at least 600 yards. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like, I mean, you're gonna have to spread that ball around everywhere. Michael Gallup, but everybody is not going to be 1,000-yard receivers, though, bro. But that's okay. That's all right sometimes. The thing is, if you got CeeDee Lamb, if you got Brandon Cooks, those guys getting 1,000 yards, and then you see your tight end getting about 700 yards, 800 yards. Hey, that's fireworks. That's always fireworks. All right. What's up? Hey, what's up, Jose? What's good, bro? What's good? What's going on, man? definitely wanted to tap in here real quick, man, to talk to you guys. I will be sending this link. Let me send this link now just in case you guys want to tap in. Because I want to get y'all thoughts on a Jazz game before we move on to the Seahawks game. So you already know, man, always got to send that link. All right, let's see. See if I can put that in there. All right. See if y'all see that. You know what I'm saying? See if y'all see that. Hey, shout out to everybody on the TikTok side. Hey, what's good, Swain? Hey, shout out to you, bro. What's good? I see you, cuz. What's going on? You said, what do you think about our running backs? I mean, I think our running backs is good, bro. I mean, the thing is, we're just going to have to see more work from Malik Davis. We're going to have to see more work from Rico Dowdle. That's why you got the preseason to be able to see it, because a lot of people are saying, oh, I'm not that big on the preseason, but all the content creators, man, we talk about this all year. Second string, third string, fourth string. This is the players that we're going to be paying attention to see if these guys can go out there and step up. You know what I mean? Because, hey, these roster cuts going to be real. All right, he said, he said, nah, go ahead, man. The Saints could go to the NFC East Championship. NFC Championship. They could, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, look, they got to go out there and prove it, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't see them stopping us, man. All right, shout out to y'all, though, man. But like I said, man, yeah, man, the running back position is definitely going to be tight. But definitely got a lot of respect for Deuce Vaughn and what he did this past game. But you got to keep piling it up. But my thing is, chat box, y'all let me know. Do y'all continue to keep playing this player, or do y'all put him in the bubble wrap? Do y'all put him in the bubble wrap for after this game, or after game 2? Do you put him in the bubble wrap and don't play him at all game 3? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you don't even want to show your hand. If you know that this player is going to be utilized in our offense, do you really want to show your hand in game 3? You know what I'm saying? So let me know, y'all. Let me know. All right. My man said, he says Deuce Vaughn, a first round pick in a rookie only draft. Oh, I'm not even really big on, what is that, like fantasy? I never done that before. All right. Okay, let me get my man in here. Shout out to my man. Hey, what's going on, bro? What's up, Coach Ma?
What's going on, JC?
Hey, man, nothing much, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hey, look, now it's not echoing, I don't think. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, man. Let me know how you feel, man, about, the game and stuff and what your thoughts were. I've been wanting to get you on, but I had my live stream last time. It was a little deep, so.
Well, I was impressed by a lot of players in the game. I was impressed by some guys that we don't look at because I did a little breakdown. I did a little analysis of the offensive line. I was very impressed with Asim Richards to start out the game at left tackle, where he's been playing left guard most of the training camp, and to do a very good job against the #1 draft pick in the draft of last year from the Jaguars. They're starting DN from Georgia, and to do well on that. He gave up a sack, but that was basically a coverage sack or a pressure in the middle because the quarterback, he ran him all the way around the horn, but the pressure from the inside kind of pushed the quarterback back. I was impressed by Lewesko didn't do a bad job at all either. Did a pretty decent job. Ball didn't do a bad job as well. The person that really kind of disappointed me in the pass pro was Fournier. Fournier got blown up on several occasions. I mean, really got blown up.
Yeah, that's what
that might be some red flags with Fournier being a guard, because I think his arms might be a little too short for the guard position. He may be just a quality center guy.
Yeah, you've been telling me center. You know what I'm saying? With him.
He may be a quality center guy, but he may not be a quality in certain cases. Now, in the run blocking, he does well going downfield, but in pass pro, he was kind of limited. The backup center, he was a kind of average, not so impressed with him. Bass, I went back and looked at Bass again. Bass has good power, good technique. Sometimes I think if you put him in situations where he has to move too much, I think his feet may get him in trouble. But I see good potential in him as a young guy. So the offensive line, I don't think they was bad as what people think they were. I just think they had a little confusion. We got to think about these was all guys playing the backup second string line, and some of them look a little lost on certain places where they should have gone on a mental aspect. But I didn't see nothing physical unless only person I seen Lafournier where he really got really dominated on two straight occasions that you can't have that.
Yeah. Especially coming out of that guard position though, man, because we all know like that interior pressure is something else. Like it's hard for the quarterback to get around that type of pressure. That's why I'm so excited that we got Zack Martin done. I knew we were going to get that done, but just having Zack Martin, it's going to be good for guys like Josh Ball, even though they need a lot of work. Coach Mauve, Forniak, they all need work, but just having Zack Martin there, mentally, these guys can be on the same page because it's going to be important. I mean, those backups, the second string, the third string on that offensive line, these guys don't stay healthy all throughout the year. So whoever steps up, that's why I say, man, the stuff that me and you've been talking about all off season, second string, third string, seeing them in the preseason and seeing who can be able to step up, man, it's going to be good going forward, Coach.
Right, and I've heard some. Today I heard Michael Parsons got a little banged up in practice with a little lower leg, maybe got kicked in the leg. Mm-hmm. And then I'm hearing a lot of reports about a lot of players, even with the younger players, as you just commented right before I got on about bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap.
Let me tell you something, man. This football, man. You cannot bubble wrap guys and say you want to be a championship team and say, oh, well, we don't need to let them practice, man. Let's bubble wrap them and this preseason, let's don't let them do anything. And they'll do it in the regular season. They'll be regular in the regular season.
Yeah.
Kansas City don't bubble wrap guys. And they don't want 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years.
Yeah, true. But
every preseason game, he probably played just about every preseason game. They don't bubble wrap guys. Kelsey played. Last year and probably in this next preseason game, they're gonna play a whole half.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like I was talking about the whole. Well, if it comes down to Micah Parsons, I don't know, bro. That might be an exception to the rule to me, because I just feel as though like the type. What he is for this defense, you don't want him getting hurt. We know what we're going to get out of him. You know what I mean? This dude is a wrecking ball. He wrecked games, and he's the leader on this defense. As long as he just stays healthy, I'm just saying, depending on how bad that is.
And that's the key. The key is when you try to play football scared and worried about injuries, most times
that's what happen.
You're gonna get injured. If you turn a guy off and slow him down in his progressions, I'm not saying you're gonna go out there and put him in, let him do every rep. I'm not saying that you're gonna go out there and probably not even play him in a preseason game. I'm not even saying that. He could, because you have to learn how to play. We have to play football, and we have to get this team at a constant rate where they're playing at a constant rate, and we know how they're gonna play, and they're seasoned to play that way all the time. You can turn a guy off, man, sometimes. And especially when a young guy like Parsons, you may have a little more lenience on a guy that might be in the league 13, 14 years. Regardless of what people think, practice make guys better. And he still has some development that he has to do as a player, regardless how good we say he is. He's not at the best that he can be at this particular point in time. Yes, you have to be careful. There's nothing saying to be careful, but we have to understand football is a violent, fast-paced sport, and injuries are going to happen all over the league. You see guys are getting hurt all over the league because they're practicing, and that's where. But I think this team is able to sustain some minor injuries for a period because of the depth. Because I say it like this, JC. If you put Michael Parsons in bubble wrap, well, what if you lose your 2 defensive tackles? Is Parsons still going to make a difference?
I know, but what about Tyron Smith then? What's your thoughts on Tyron Smith? Because you already know he gets injured a lot. So my thing is, I don't want him really even going at it at all. To be honest,
I can tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why Tyron Smith is practicing and the way he's practicing as hard as he practices. Because the lenience of not practicing has dropped his game off, and now he's trying to get his game back. Mm-hmm. I think Tyron Smith will be. See, I think people didn't understand when we had some little. If you watch film on Tyron Smith when he came back at right tackle, he wasn't really physical in the run game at all, and that kind of hurt him. And Tyron understands that. Yes, being injured and not getting practice time, I don't think they give him the full amount of reps, but you have to get those reps to be good. This is the reason why Zack Martin, the Cowboys decided to get Zack Martin in this camp today, because he's gonna work. They're not gonna put bubble wrap on Zack Martin, because if you don't go in there and work, and he can just think. I think some people think that he's an all pro. He can just step out there on Sunday and deal with guys and be good. He's not going to be the level he wants to be if he doesn't get the work in. And this game is always, and I'll tell you this, but you could be a superstar, great player, but normally the ones that are the greatest of the great work harder in practice than any other person, because when the game time comes, they want to be the greatest of the great.
Yeah.
So that's because you don't put nothing in the bank. You can't check nothing out on Sunday, and there is no credit plan to saying, well, you got some reserve money in the bank from 2 seasons ago that you can check out. You have to put in the bank. You have to be careful. You don't go into the point. But at Oxnard, we need to let everybody work. We got enough time that we can tone it down for these guys, because once they leave Oxnard, you're really gonna see it toned down a lot when they come back to Dallas. So this last week is a crucial week for them to get their hard work in, because this is probably the last week of very, very hard work they're gonna get.
Yeah, facts. Hey, it's crazy because people still talking about Zeke over here on the TikTok side. Like, bro, you got to move on from that. You got to move on. And they're saying that Deuce Vaughn is not the answer. But, I mean, yeah, he might not be the answer as far as blocking. But, I mean, we don't know that yet. We have to give it time when it comes down to that running back position. Rico Dowdle, they still got to prove it. Malik Davis, they're all good players. Don't get me wrong. But they got to prove it. You know what I'm saying? The thing is with this running back position, it's going to be very, very important. I do like Deuce Vaughn a lot. Give me your thoughts on Deuce Vaughn, Coach, because I haven't heard what you thought about Deuce Vaughn, coming in on that first game, man. That was huge. You know what I mean? The feet, the changing of direction, the stop ability, getting to the second level, man. It was beautiful, as well as catching the ball.
Deuce Vaughn is a running back. He's always been short his entire life. But if you look up his makeup, everything else says man about him, except for he's 5'5". But his legs, his arms, his build, he is in his strength level. He's learning. He's still got to learn to be a quality running back, and it's going to take more than one preseason game for him to get to that point. I think he's going to make this team. Tony Pollard is your man. I think everybody's talking about everything else, but Tony Pollard is your guy. Tony Pollard is going to learn. He's going to find out in Cowboy land, Tony Pollard is going to now be Ezekiel Elliott. And you know what that is? Not Ezekiel as a type runner. He's going to be now the highest paid running back in the room. He's going to be the guy that's going to get scrutinized more than any other player on the team. He gets a 2-yard carry or a 3-yard carry, and Deuce Vaughn comes in, or the second string running back comes in, and the defense kind of relaxed because they got another running back in, and he breaks for 25, 30 yards. Everybody's going to say, like they said with Zeke, well, we need to play the other guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna learn. He's gonna learn
Have to
how it
go
feels
away.
to be in the driver's seat and
Yeah.
have to deal with the backseat drivers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
understand this: we saw Deuce Vaughn do great, and I think Deuce Vaughn is gonna be a quality weapon in this offense, running and receiving. But every run is not gonna be 20 and 15. When you get into better talent, when we get into the better games, the Eagles, the Washington, the other great teams in this league, and we get into the playoffs, the guy that can get me 5, that can turn a 3-yard run into 6, the guy that can turn a 2-yard run into 4, the guy can turn a 10-yard run into 15, that's going to take toughness. Deuce Vaughn may have it, but all those moves and getting 20, 30 yards, that's only on John Madden football. That does not happen in the NFL. So I
against first teamers. Yeah.
To grind. And I think Deuce Vaughn is going to be able to do it if you put him in the right situations and we are committed to it. I had one little problem, though.
Yeah.
I don't think we ran the ball enough in game 1. I'm going to give Mike McCarthy and the offensive coordinator a little rope because we got something new here. But in these next 2 preseason games, the only way you're going to be able to get the running game together so it can be efficient when you come into the season, you're going to have to practice the running game because you can't really practice live in practice. This is where you're going to have to practice the running game in the preseason. And you got to be able to practice the running game to run the ball when they know you're going to run the ball. I do not want to see our team to get into a point where we neglect the running game and we go to this pass-happy thing again because we have so many weapons outside. We still have to remember, Cowboy fans, the running game is going to set the table for the receivers to eat.
Yep, and that's the thing. And the problem is, like, a lot of these teams out here, man, you see so many wide receivers and so many weapons at the wide receiver position. Yes, they get away from the run. If we can be able to stick to what we do best, running with Tony Pollard, if it's running with Deuce Vaughn, getting these guys in space. We've been talking about this for so long, man. That's what they want in this West Coast offense. So quick plays, Texas routes. I mean, I was seeing the Texas routes from the running backs, the screen plays from the running backs. If you can be able to do that for Deuce Vaughn, it's definitely going to be good. But the thing is, man, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with Dowdle. You can't be turning the ball over, coach. You know what I mean? If you're Kevontae Turpin, if you want to sit there and get reps at the wide receiver 3 or the wide receiver 4 and go out there and go do your thing, you can't be turning the ball over in the most important games. That's the thing with me, man, because if these most important games, I'm telling you, Coach Mike McCarthy is not going to have you in the game if you're going to be fumbling the ball, even if it's in the preseason. So it's going to be good. Let me get to these comments real quick. Hold on one second. Hold on.
I wanted to say something about Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, I got you. My man says Zeke lost 2 steps, coach. He didn't look the same. I mean, I think he still got some juice. If he lost, he might have lost a step. I'm not sure if it's 2 steps. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the dude still scored 12 touchdowns last season, but I mean, just getting healthy. We'll see this year. We'll see. I'm not going to knock the dude. But sometimes, I mean, you know, after a while, you know, the running back position, your body do get beat up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you're right about that. Go ahead, coach.
Well, I want to say something about, first I'm going to say, in the comment about he lost 2 steps, but I still say when a guy has a knee injury and still run for 875 yards and missed 2 games and run 12 touchdowns and led your team in 10-yard gains, 10 to 12-yard gains on running plays. I'm not talking about the long plays. I'm talking about 10-yard gains in running plays. That's pretty impressive for a guy that had a hurt leg and missed 2 games. So what else you want to ask for a running back? Second thing, Rico Dowdle. I've been following Rico Dowdle since he's been at the University of South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Rico Dowdle healthy is an NFL starting running back. No doubt.
He was injured the last 2 years.
He's been injured ever since Probably the last time he played a whole season probably was high school.
Dang.
That was his problem in South Carolina. He was a great flashes, great running back, but he always had that injury prowess. And the Cowboys know how good he is because that's why they keep on bringing him back. Now, a lot of people talking about he fumbled, but the runs that he did have was explosive. And when that catch that he made, we're talking about Deuce. But that catch, if you go back in that catch he caught, that's explosion. Talking
about Deuce, right?
Ran away from the under coverage, right through him like they were standing still. Now, he fumbled at the end, but that was a hell of a play. And the kickoff return was a very explosive kickoff return that he got over 45 yards on. That was he is an explosive guy, and he got size. If he can stay healthy, I'm not worried about Rico Dowdle. The only question I've had is that his health has not been for a whole season. But if he plays a whole season, you're going to be very impressed with Rico Dowdle. I can guarantee you that. Nobody has never questioned that he doesn't have the burst, the strength, and the capability to be a very good running back. But every time he starts to bud, he has an injury that puts him behind the 8 ball. And when you're in a Cowboys organization, when you're trying to be a backup guy and you get injured, it puts you all the way out the mix. So
yeah, well, I'll tell you this: if he better be healthy this year, because I'm telling you that this will be the second or the third time if he was to get injured. You know, hopefully that doesn't happen, but we need these guys to step up, Coach. You know what I mean? Tony Pollard, we already know Tony Pollard's going to go out there and do his thing. Hopefully he can get healthy and get this thing going. Deuce Vaughn has been showing something. But Malik Davis, Rico Dowdle, one of those guys I want to see, man, to be able to protect the quarterback, goal line work. I did see Deuce Vaughn have some goal line work. He did score that touchdown. That's always a good thing. But he's going to have to stay healthy as far as Rico Dowdle, man. This year is huge for him. You know what I'm saying? The time is now, man. You already know how that go, Coach.
Yeah, time is now, and I think these guys, I think Rico, and I give credit to the Dallas Cowboys training staff because they do a very good job of getting their guys back healthy and putting them in new training methods. But I just want to caution people: it's not because of talent. I'm gonna let you know. Now y'all might mark this day down. If this guy gets his chance and this guy is healthy, we're going to say, man, Rico Dowdle was a really good running back. Listen, you have to know the Cowboys know this because as many times he's been hurt, he's been with the Cowboys for about 4 years, and he's been hurt every year, but they keep bringing him back because they see the talent. So that's why I say if he gets his chance, Malik Davis as well, does good. Now Malik got to get better, but all of them got to get better in their pass blocking. But I think where Mike McCarthy is going to help with their pass blocking is you're seeing our running backs catch more balls this past preseason game than they caught in any game last year for the Cowboys. Right? What that does is it makes you a threat out the backfield, which that slows the blitz down. You can't run guys in there talking about going at the quarterback and the back leaks out and these guys is explosive leak out in the flat, catch the ball and go 70 yards because you're trying to hunt the quarterback and they bait you into hunting the quarterback and get the back out in the flat. So you have to slow down, which that should make the blocking assignments a lot easier because they have to respect if it's blocking slip or just a release out the backfield because you have nobody else to account for those backs if you send a linebacker.
Yeah, that's true. That's why, man, it's gonna be good, man. I mean, like, it's just protecting Dak Prescott. That's my main issue. Hey, shout out to my man Swain. He said, make them walk around with the football all day, protect the ball. Hey, bro. Hey, it's so funny. It's so funny because that's what we used to do in high school. The people that used to fumble all the time, We used to have them hold that football and yank that football randomly to make sure they don't fumble that ball, bro. So I like what you on. Hey, shout out to Jazz too. What's good, Jazz? What's going on? What is going on? Glad you came through. I know you just getting off work. It is what it is. But this is what I wanted to do, right? I wanted to talk about this real quick. It's so crazy because I see that Dan Quinn and the rest of the coaching staff, those guys are putting a big focus on this defensive tackle position. Just having these guys right here, guys. I mean, it's fireworks. But they got to go out there and prove it. This is about, how much is this, Coach Marvin? Is this about 1,000 pounds of beef?
Oh yeah.
It's just about 1,000 pounds of beef, Coach Mar. You know what I'm saying? Just having these guys, it's just wonderful. Just want to see more from Mozzie Smith. I mean, just getting off the ball, that's going to be important. But people got to understand, man, when it comes down to Mozzie Smith and what's going on with him, like, it's not going to be about the sacks with this player. And I'll get Coach Marv to break that down as well. Like, having a player like him, we got to understand that, you know, this is going to get the linebackers going. This is going to get the safeties going, corners. I mean, just being that disruptor, this is what we drafted that guy for. Eventually, hopefully, he can be able to start using his hands better. I did see him with Micah Parsons. You know, they were working on their hands and all that good stuff. I don't know. Maybe he could possibly rush the passer eventually, but just having this guy to be able to stop the run is going to make everything better for everybody on the defense, man. And I can't wait to see him. I feel as though he had a really good game against the Jaguars. It wasn't like a great game, but it was a solid game, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, there's only two defensive tackles that have games that are what we call solid, and then they're the games that pop. That's Chris Jones and Aaron Donald.
Oh yeah, both of them.
Everybody else have great games and get paid a lot of money because they did a lot of the stuff that we had Mozzie do. And Mozzie played about almost 50 snaps. This is his first game, but I think he did. If your film tells you,
was it 50?
Yeah, and you tells you did well. But again, I go back to when we talk about the defensive tackles. All of them did well in this game.
All of them.
I go back to what I've said. Me and Rob had a discussion about this on one of your shows, and I said that our running game was not the problems in our running game was not per se the defensive tackles. It's been off the edges and keeping contained, and that happened again in Jacksonville. They got big runs off tackle, off the edges, not keeping contained, and not coming up and filling those spots on the outside and making stuff go back into the inside. And I think it was two reasons. One, our defense alignment in Quinn's defense, in some aspects, I don't like. It makes us vulnerable.
They get sucked in.
And two, if you're not disciplined enough and you start peeking inside to try to make the play with the other guys inside, you're going to get vulnerable for guys getting outside.
That's why I say this, Coach Plum, gap discipline. Gap discipline is so important. But Dan Quinn has been preaching this for so long. Like, you cannot play hero ball. If you're playing hero ball, like the linebackers roaming sideline to sideline, no type of gap integrity, something is going to go wrong. The defensive ends, I actually saw Isaiah Land. I saw some tape, and Isaiah Land, I did like a lot from what he did.
He played very well.
He played very, very well.
Yeah,
but one of the he is hopefully a practice squad.
Yeah, I think he'll be on the practice squad.
But hopefully him and John Stevens, like, you know, with the Cowboys, teams watch us. But anyway, like, as far as like seeing it on tape, like, he was getting sucked in. As far as Isaiah Land, a couple of other guys too as well, man. So gap discipline is so key. If they can be able to do that, bro, I see what you're saying. The defensive ends is so important. The defensive tackles, I think, will be fine as far as doing what we got to do in the territory.
It's not all about defensive ends. It's your safeties. It's your corners. All that is in with your gap, your outside contain.
Yeah, everybody.
If corners come up and they don't. It was one play that I saw where your middle linebacker, which Clark is played very well. He filled the gap. He could have stopped the play into a 1 yard gain, but your corner did not make the guy go inside, and the guy still went outside and got 3 or 4 yards because he didn't come up aggressively and make him turn back into the linebacker. I'm gonna tell you what it is, JC. Is not only gap integrity. This is all about trust. When you come and you say, okay, when you have a safety coming up or a defensive end saying, I got to stay outside, and I see the man about to turn up inside me, you have to trust that the guys that are inside going to do their job and stay where you at. But when you start not trusting, and here where the hero ball is, and you start to dip inside, and then the guy says, nope, I'm not going inside, I'm going outside. And then
get gas.
And then both of your inside guys, both of y'all bumping into each other because you didn't trust that your own guy was going to be there. Now he goes outside for another 10 yards or 5 yards.
That's why you got the RPO, and that's why you got the RPO. These teams running the RPO so much nowadays because they try to test your consistency. They try to test if you're going to stay true, your integrity. Are you going to stay true to what you are supposed to do on that defense? That's why you got the RPO and a lot of these teams now, man. And like just like Philadelphia Eagles, they're going to be running that. They're going to try to test us. Like, just stay home. You got so much talent out there. Go out there and let our guys go make their plays. Interior, the defensive ends, the safeties. If we can be able to do that, man, I think that this defense could definitely be fireworks, man. So, especially with the linebacker.
I used to tell a guy when he had outside contain, and he come off and said, Coach, I could have had him if I went in there and made a tackle, but I kept contained. I said, and the guy ran for another 15, 20 yards. I said, you did your job. You got to trust your teammates to do their job, because the time that you not trust them and they're on their job, that can turn into a like we had a couple of plays in Jacksonville, that those couple 30-yard, 25, 30-yard runs was because the safety came up, instead of trusting that the guys inside were going to come and rally and make the tackle if he cut up inside, he decided to stick his nose in there and the guy get outside and it's over with. So it's all about trust. I think they'll work on that, but it's got to get to the point where everybody got the trust. Even Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons may have to turn down some tackles to trust his linebackers and D tackles to make the play.
Well, last year they had Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was telling him that he didn't want him playing that hero ball and going out there and just going crazy. He didn't want him doing that. Just stand true to what you do best. I don't want him to end up getting hurt. You know what I mean? That's part of the reason why they're saying that they want him to gain an extra 5 pounds, an extra 6 pounds to be going up against those tackles towards you when you get towards the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? So that's always good. That's always a good thing. But just getting yourself right, making sure you just keep yourself out of harm's way and understand what Dan Quinn wants out of you. If you can be able to do that, I think he can be fine, Coach.
I think I'm going to say something, JC, and I gotta go. And I appreciate your platform.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
But I would say this, and I know people gonna go crazy when I say this, and they're gonna be like, "Man, Coach Marv, you crazy." This team is built deep enough with a lot of different type of talent, right? And plays so many guys with different skill sets. You can have a Michael Parsons out 3 or 4 games and still dominate defense.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too.
This is why when I say that it's the greatest team sport, the Cowboys have instructed their team, their defensive team, where they play a lot of guys because they already in a contingency plan of maybe you're going to have, because it's football, you're going to have some things that are going to go wrong, and you're going to have some guys that are going to get injured. But for a season, for a team to win a Super Bowl and have a very good season, they start out with 53-man roster, but it's really going to take you about 70 players to get through a season.
70. Mm-hmm.
So that means some of them guys might not even be on this roster, but you're going to have 70 guys that you're going to bring up. Some people you're going to bring up practice squad. Some guys you're going to bring up They're going to stick. Some guys you're going to get from other teams. It's going to be about 70 players when you all said and done, Cowboys got their eye on to be able to get through a season and to be reinforced if they have somebody get hurt. But I think what we're doing in this preseason is putting together the confidence of the young people, because we never know when their time is going to come, and we want to be able to do what they do best. So we know the players, when they come out there, we won't put them in a bad situation. We will do the things that they do good, and they can be successful.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's why I say, man, hey, I appreciate you so much. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I know we playing against the Seahawks. It's so much talent, so much evaluating that we got to do within the second string, the third string. It's going to be good, the defense and the offense, but we got it. We got what it takes. We just got to go out there and prove it. And then, hey, look, man, it seemed like with all the content creators, all of us, bro, it seemed like this offseason went by so fast. You know what I'm saying? Now we right back in the regular season, and we getting this thing going, bro.
Well, football, and you know something, and as it gets started, it's going to fly by. The season's going to fly by. It's going to be, so that's why I tell all these young people, man, when you're playing, enjoy it, because before you blink your eye, it'll be to the point where your season over. Next thing you know, I guarantee CeeDee Lamb it's like a blink of his eye. He's like, dog, man, I done been in this thing 4 years already. And Michael Parsons probably blinking his eye, say, wow, man, I'm going on my third year already. So it goes by fast. You got to enjoy it, but you put the work in, it's going to be good. And, you know, me and Boss Cowboy do a live show thing, man. We started that last year. We do it this year. We are building I'm building my keys to victory. It's going to change a little bit. Last year we had a keys to victory that I had that if they hit those measurables, that was before the season started. And every time they hit those measurables, the Cowboys played very well. So, but like I said, we don't worry. Let's don't get too pushed forward about this bubble wrap. We got a young team for a reason. This is why the Cowboys said that they wanted a young team. Zack Martin is one of the oldest players on this team.
Yep.
They want a young team so they can work them the hardest, so they can be ready for because like I said, those who sweat more in peace bleed less in war.
Yeah, facts. Hey, shout out to my man DC Rough Riders for the 1999. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Salute, man. Tell Rob tell the missus I said hello to, man. Hey, man, keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you so much, Coach Mob. We'll tap in soon, brother.
All right, brother.
All right, see you. Hey, thank you so much, DC Rough Riders. I appreciate you, man. The super chats ain't been coming through like that, but it's cool, man. It is what it is. If you guys, hey, look, man, JC Cowboys Network is running through you guys, so I appreciate the support. I appreciate it, man. We're trying to keep this thing going. I appreciate you so much, Rough Riders, for looking out for me, man. Thank you, Coach Marv. I appreciate y'all. You already know it's football time. It is football time. Shout out to Zone 8. What's going on? I ain't seen you in a while. What's good, bro? What is going on? Shout out to my man Swain, man, with the fires, man. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate y'all so much. I did want to talk about one guy though before I got out of here though, because it's crazy. Let me see if I got him. On here. I could have sworn I had him. Okay, there you go. Okay. Hey, listen, man. John Stevens. It's crazy about this situation with him, right? Like just having a player, like if you think about Miles Austin, if you think about guys like Cedric Wilson, sneaky players like that, a guy that was a converted wide receiver that came in, he was playing wide receiver, now he's playing tight end. This is the type of player, right, that can be able to get somebody cut. I don't know who, but just seeing this player, game 2, game 3, game 4, if this player can go out there and make plays, this is what you want out of this guy. I mean, he was a wide receiver, and I think he ran like either a 4.5 or something like that, but he benched 20. He had 20 reps on the bench press, so we all know that the guy is strong. A lot of guys are comparing him to a Darren Waller. If he is that guy, it's going to be huge, man. You know what I mean? Because Mike McCarthy, I mean, the tight end position is very, very important. If he can be able to stack this stuff together, I'm gonna be looking out for this guy. It's gonna definitely be exciting, man, because every single practice and every single, well, not game, but practice, this guy's going out there and he's stepping up. So it's gonna definitely be good. Shout out to my man. Action. He said he number 2. If we started today, McKinn would be cut. JC. Hey, that would be crazy. That'll be crazy, bro. That'll be crazy. Hey, shout out to Freight Train. Hey, Freight Train, where you been at, man? Where you been at, bro? It's been a minute. It's been a long time. He said, okay, I'm just happy football is back. Me too, man. Me too. I'm just so happy. Like I said, man, like we just got to put it together. I think that once we be able to get this thing going, hey, man, it's going to definitely be fireworks. I am so excited. So excited. All right, my man said he might push Hendershot off the 53. He could. He possibly could, man. And I mean, he's just going to have to stack up the days, stack up the practices, and see how it goes, man. Just got to take it one day at a time, one practice at a time. It's going to definitely be fireworks, man. So, yeah, man, I definitely wanted to just tap in with you guys. We will be live Friday. You already know, in the JC Lounge, man, we definitely going to turn up. I appreciate y'all so much for tapping in with me, man. And yeah, man, y'all already know what it is, y'all. We're going to tap in soon, y'all. All right, y'all. Gone.